Hi everyone. Well, it's been a minute since I've done a video and thought this was a good opportunity. It's a bit cold here this morning. It started out at 8 below zero. And I think right now we're up to 2 degrees. And came out in the shop. I picked this bad boy up yesterday. This is a Dewalt Flex Volt battery operated grinder. This will take a 4.5 inch to a 6 inch grinding wheel. And before we dive into this, let me show you what it's replacing. This right here. I bought this grinder 8 years ago, battery operated, takes the old style batteries. This grinder has had, light use over the last since 15 years. And one of my biggest complaints with this grinder is that you needed a bag of batteries to use it. I mean, you could burn up a battery grinding on something in no time at all. But for, just grabbing something and having to go out and use something real quick, it worked really well. And the trigger went in it. And I could replace the trigger, and I might do that at some point, but I just thought it was time for an upgrade. So here you got the upgrade. This is a Dewalt Flex Volt, like I said, 4.5 to 6 inch wheels. Flex Volt meaning, for what I understand, depending on how much power you use with its variable speed. So you can use as little as 20 volts or up to 60 volts on the battery. And it claims it'll generate 3 horsepower of power. This grinder right here, 6,800 RPM, and it doesn't even have an amp rating on it. This thing here, I believe it's a 13 amp grinder. Which is compatible to my old faithful paddle wheel here, which is, I can't say enough about these. This is my favorite grinder. So as you can see, I have a whole grinder tree full of grinders here. So let's get on with it. Let's open this up and see what we bought. For me, this is better than Christmas morning. All right, so comes in a nice carrying kit. More than likely, I'll use this bag for something else, but it's a nice bag, really. I'm the kind of guy, I read the instruction manuals. I always do, always have. Grinder handle. Oh, wow. Now that's something I wasn't expecting. It's actually got a 6 inch guard. And I use guards on everything. I've seen a lot of bad injuries in the industry in my career, over 40 years, and I've seen people damn near cut their thumbs off and just horrible injuries from grinders. And I'm a firm believer in guards. People say, oh, they get in the way. If you position them and you learn how to use it correctly, they don't get in the way. There are times, I have to admit, there are times where I've had to get into some really tight areas where I've taken the guard off, but it's minimal. We have a battery charger, a box, mystery box. What do we have here? Ooh, a complimentary 4.5-inch wheel. And here we go, the bad boy here. Would you look at that? So right off the bat, the thing that I'm impressed about is that they actually have given me a 4.5-inch guard and the 6-inch guard. By the way, I need to probably disclose that this is not sponsored by Dewalt. They didn't send me this. I have a lot of Dewalt tools. I have some Milwaukee. I'm not prejudiced one way or another. It's just that when I started out, I bought Dewalt, and you know how it goes. You got a bunch of Dewalt batteries and a bunch of Dewalt tools, and all of a sudden you start to go buy Milwaukee, and then you got Dewalt and Milwaukee's. And I've just been happy with Dewalt for what I use it for, especially with the grinders, because I started out the old Black & Decker industrial line. They used to have 9-inch grinders and all the way up, from the 80s and 90s. And then Dewalt actually bought out Black & Decker, the Black & Decker line. They basically, took, this grinder started out, this design with the paddle wheel started out as a Black & Walt industrial. Company I used to work for, we used to buy grinders by the pallet. I mean, we would get a pallet of 4.5-inch grinders, and we had the building I worked in, we had over 60 welders working, and almost everybody had 2 to 3 grinders on their cart for various uses. And when they got broken, they went into maintenance, and they had a complete line of replacement parts. They could actually build a whole grinder from the parts that they had in maintenance. But they've proven. I've used a lot. Companies used to come in and they used to give us grinders to test out. We'd put them out on the floor, give them to the worst employees, and see how long they'd last for. And time again, the Dewalt, the Black & Decker industrial, they just can't say enough about them. That's just my experience. I'm sure you've got your own opinion, but that's one of the reasons I've stayed with Dewalt. So let's unwrap this box here. See what we got in here. Oof, oof, oof. I've not seen one of these in person, so it's the first time I've actually laid my hands on one. Look at the size of that grinder, battery, I mean. This is impressive. Wow. Well, it's got 1 bar in it. So let's see what this says. Please remove before use. go. So you're supposed to transport them with this in there. All right, good to know. Oh, that's some torque there. Well, I guess what they mean must misunderstood by variable speed, but because it doesn't, but it has what they call a clutch mechanism in it, and so if it pinches, it'll click out, so you're not binding up your cutting wheels. One of the things I really like for the 6-inch, I use, this is my other favorite one. This is a Metabo 6-inch, and I love a 6-inch cutting wheel. This is a 6 by 1/16 inch cutting wheel. This one's by Klingspor, and it's a hybrid cutting wheel, but I have so much luck for this. This is like for stainless and steel. They're really hard to break and shatter. Not impossible, but they really work well. They last a long time. They're my go-to cutting wheel. And I use a cutting wheel a lot on everything. So 6-inch allows you to get into places, and you don't have to wear it down. And then when I wear it down to about 4.5 inch, I set them aside in case I need to use them on a 4.5 inch grinder. So, but that's one of the things I like about a 6-inch grinder. That's kind of neat. So to change the guard on these, you know, before you'd have a big flip lock to do these. Here it's just a simple press lock. Easy to rotate. There's no reason why, there is reasons, but this is a very simple guard to use, and you can rotate it any way you want to get it out of your way or for the angle that you're used. So I really like that. Yeah, it has a brake on it. I think I'm really going to like this. Let me put it to work and put a video out down the road and tell you how well it's been doing. I think that I'll be using this quite a bit. I could, personally, I could have a whole bunch of these if they work out right, because one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm grinding anything are these frickin' cords. Man, I'll tell you, they end up tangled up around my feet. I've tried so many things, you know, like I've had multiple extension cords. I've got a cord hanging from the ceiling with plugs in it. I don't care. They always ended up tangled up, wrapped around my feet, and it's one of my biggest aggravations. If this works out great and these batteries work like they think they should, I could end up with a few of these, and all my grinders are going to end up going underneath the forgotten bench where all tools go to die. So hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's been so long since I put out a video, and hopefully in 2023 I'll get with it again and try to put out some good content for you. Hope your day is good. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.